Okay, so I'm a car guy, and I'm going to show you the things that I replace on every single car that I own when I first buy it. And we're talking about used cars here. I do all my own maintenance, and I save thousands of dollars a year by doing this. And I've been doing my own maintenance mostly since I was a kid. So here's the things I change on every single vehicle. First, let's talk about cooling. So this is going to be your thermostat. Any lines or rubber that are involved in cooling, we want to go ahead and replace those. So thermostat, rubber hoses, and also you want to check your radiator. Now, how do you know if your radiator needs to be replaced? A good sign is if it's not plastic black color, if it's any shade of brown or light brown or even green. If it's anything like light brown or green, do not drive that car. Like, turn it off. Do not drive it until you replace that radiator. So when you do your radiator, obviously you're going to be doing your coolant when you do that. So fresh coolant. We're also going to be putting in fresh oil. So that's the next one. We want fresh oil. We want to do a very high-end filter, preferably OEM. However, for the oil itself, I use SuperTech from Walmart. It does not matter, really. The best oil is the one that's changed often, and it's the right spec, and it's full synthetic if that's what your car calls for. So next is going to be things like a serpentine belt and spark plugs. So I like to do these next. So this is the serpentine belt is what drives things like your air conditioner. It can drive your alternator. Depends on like your configuration of your vehicle, but this is another good one. This is not as important as your cooling system. However, it's going to put you on the side of the road if it snaps or breaks. Also, you want to do any kind of other filter, air filter if you can. You want to do your cabin filter, which is extremely easy to do. Just Google your car and say cabin filter, and you'll never ever pay to have your cabin filter changed ever again after you see that. So do that next. Also, I do my brakes. I at least check the brakes and I see how much life it has left on the pad. If it needs to be changed, I go ahead and just change the rotors as well. They're so cheap for the whole set on Rock Auto, so I get rotors and pads, and it's usually maybe like $100 for at least the front two. Now, the tools you need to do all that, you can get started for way cheaper than you think, and they will pay for themselves after the first or second job that you do. So if you want to know how to get started with maintaining your own vehicle and saving a lot of money, give me a follow.